Somebody may have just figured out one of the biggest mysteries within the overall storyline of Pokemon Legends ZA. So we still don't really know a ton about the game. We know enough to be hyped about it. Like, we've had some cool reveals in the trailer, but there's still more things to be revealed. Like recently, for example, they just announced Emma, or revealed Emma in the cover art of the game. Even though they haven't like explicitly said this is Emma, this has got to be Emma. If you don't know who Emma is, she's basically Detective Looker's replacement, which Detective Looker has been in a lot of Pokemon games. He's a detective, as you could tell by his name, Detective Looker. This game, Legends ZA, is taking place like 15 or so years after X and Y. We don't really know specifically yet, but it's after the events of X and Y, and it's not too far after the events. As you can see, Emma is growing up now. Emma looks like she's probably like 30 years old or something like that. I don't really know how old she was in the original games, but she looks like she's maybe like late 20s, early 30s or something like that. Not that that really matters at all. I'm just kind of giving you guys a reference of time. But over on Twitter, I saw Soul Silver Art post this. I don't think anyone else has pointed this out, but it makes so much sense with Emma being on the Pokemon Legends ZA box art. This looks like a profile folder given to you on AZ, probably from our new boss, the now Detective Emma. Definitely points out to her having a big role. Maybe she's the one giving us the main mission, since the text boxes look like cabinet folders. So right here, I never noticed this. The text box looks like a folder, which, you know, that kind of reminds you of like a detective, like detective work. This is so awesome because I was hoping that this game would have a lot to do with Emma and just the detective side of things. And I really do think that's what this is. Like, I really do think that this game is heavily going to be based around detective work, which is so cool, especially since this game is taking place in the city solely, which I think is a really cool idea and opportunity for us to really dive deep into the detective work. And it's also cool with that picture of Emma. You know, we have Mega Lucario, and obviously we had to have Pikachu in the picture. And so I think this is the person that actually discovered the text box, like looking like a folder. I mean, I'm sure other people out there have probably thought of it, but I personally just never thought of that. Like, this completely went over my mind, and I think this is a really big piece of evidence here. It's interesting too because AZ is running a hotel, and he's old, right? He's like, I think like 3,000 years old or something like that. Even though he is super old, I don't think he's just simply running a hotel and relaxing. I think he's going to be doing some other stuff. I think he's going to be the one working with Detective Emma. Like, I think he's going to have the headquarters of the detective stuff like be within his hotel specifically, because this is his hotel in the background right here. But I just simply don't think that they're going to make him just the owner of a hotel. Like, I really don't think he's just simply doing that. I think he's going to be doing a lot more within this game. I don't think he's going to be doing a ton of other stuff, but I do think he will be a pretty main character within this game. This person said they didn't even notice that, plus the confidential file from the first teaser, plus Emma being on the box art. That's true, because if you don't remember, in the original teaser trailer that we got in 2024 when this game was announced, it is heavily based on like a detective folder. I mean, it's kind of like a blueprint, kind of like outline design, which is really cool. That trailer was super interesting because it's like we didn't see any gameplay, but we saw enough to like really talk about the game for a year. Like, I've been talking about Legends ZA for so long now, but there's still so much to talk about. I swear, like every week there are so many new things and ideas and theories out there to really talk about. The person also replied and said, if that's the case, I can see Emma playing the role of Silene and gives us missions revolving around the ZA tournament. It seems that the tournament itself is the main mystery regarding the wish the winner receives, which I am going to be making a video about the wish soon because the wish seems really interesting. Like, what the heck could that mean? If you guys are brand new to the channel and you don't mind helping me reach my goal of 30,000 subscribers before the end of the summertime, dropping a like, subscribing to the channel, turning on the post notifications so you don't miss Pokemon leaks, news, updates, or just fun kind of like theory videos like this one, and check out my second channel, Fundores Clips, where I'm trying to reach 500 subs over there. Any support goes such a long way. Shout out to the member of the week, Aaron. Thank you so much, bro, for being a channel member and supporting me. If you guys want to become a channel member, basically get some extra bonus content, some bonus videos, shorts, and stuff like that. All right, back to the rest of the video. If you don't know who Silene is, she was in Legends Arceus, and she was the head of the Galaxy team and kind of like oversee the progress of our Pokedex and like missions and stuff like that. So I think Emma could be playing a role just like this person, this character was in Legends Arceus, which I think would be really cool. Here's what I think is gonna happen. I think Emma will be playing a pretty big role within this game. I don't think we're gonna see her within the first couple hours of the game though. I think in the game we're gonna be introduced to AZ, all the new characters like Urbane and Tawny and stuff like that. Probably a little bit of Jet and Vinny here and there. I think then what's gonna happen, we're gonna get some new Pokemon on our team, whatever, you know, kind of progress a little bit. I don't know what the boss battle slash gyms are gonna be, so maybe do like a boss battle or a gym or two or something like that. Which that's gonna be really interesting interesting to see exactly how the gym system slash boss fights, work. Like, I know we got the ZA Royale, which that could be replacing the gym system. I still do think that we're going to get some boss battles. Some of the leaks out there were saying that we're going to get the Rogue Mega Evolutions as well as Alpha Pokemon still, which Alpha Pokemon aren't boss battles, but it would still be cool to have those. And now maybe those Rogue Evolutions, like the Rogue Wild Mega Pokemon, maybe those could be our boss battles in this game, because there's not going to be too many. Like, I would assume there would probably only be a couple of Rogue Mega Evolutions, but then maybe not. Like, maybe there are going to be a lot more. Maybe it's going to be a more common thing and it's not going to be a boss battle. But I'm just really curious to see how exactly they're going to do all the gym battles slash boss battles, because Legends Arceus, we had some like boss battles and stuff like that, and then in Scarlet and Violet we had boss battles as well as gyms. But the gym order was a little different. Like, we could pretty much do any gym we want, which was pretty interesting. It was kind of like it was a pretty interesting kind of concept they have there, but I just can't wait to see exactly what it is, because like I just said, we already know we have the ZA Royale, which is probably going to be replacing the gyms. I know personally I like the gyms, and a lot of people out there do like gyms, but I know they can't really do like 8 different gyms in one city, so they're going to have to do something else as far as the gym slash boss battles go. And then we're going to get to like the ZA Royale stuff, which is going to cause a bunch of Mega Evolutions. The theory is that at nighttime with the ZA Royale stuff, a lot of people are going to be mega evolving their Pokemon, which is then going to be causing a ton of energy to be, sent out. And then that's where the theory comes in that the Lumiose Tower, or the Prism Tower, whatever you want to call it. I know people refer to it as both things, but it's the Prism Tower. Artico turn that tower into something that's going to harness all the energy and like collect all that energy to cause rogue Mega Evolutions. And then that's when Emma comes in, and that's when we start all these new missions and new side quests. Like, the overall story of Emma is going to be like, how are these rogue Mega Evolutions happening? Plus, we're going to get extra. Like, I don't think we're just going to get a little, side quests. I think we're going to hopefully get a lot of side quests. I would hope for other detective work in this game as well, because I think that'd be super cool, especially since the city is hopefully going to be pretty big. The map will probably be a little bit smaller than the Scarlet and Violet map or the Paldea map. I don't think it'll be as big, mainly because this is not a new generation of a Pokemon game. This is a Legends game, so I think it's a little bit smaller. I do think the map is still going to be really big, though. We already have had an official picture of the entire map, and the map looks really cool. And now that it's taking place in the city, the scale is going to be different. Like, the entire map is going to be the city, which means, the map is going to be pretty sizable. So I think that's going to allow us to have a lot of side quests, and I hope we do get a lot of detective work in this game. Maybe even Detective Pikachu making a cameo, or some sort of like Easter egg to Detective Pikachu, because now that I'm thinking about it, it is funny. We have Detective Emma on the cover with a Pikachu right in front of her, which, hey, who knows? Maybe that's Detective Pikachu in an alternate universe, you know what I'm saying? It would be really cool, though, to see just like a little Easter egg to Detective Pikachu, like a little plush in the background with like, Pikachu with a hat on or something like that. Or literally even having a Detective Pikachu in this game. That would be hilarious. I know it wouldn't really make sense, but that would be so funny. But yeah, I think this is a super awesome theory right here, and I think it's spot on, especially since, the text box literally looks like a folder, which I cannot believe I didn't figure that one out by myself, because when the first text box showed up in the first trailer that we got, I was like, okay, that's kind of a unique looking text box, but for some reason, it went completely over my head that could be a folder icon right there, which is so cool. It's going to be interesting to see, like, who else comes back in this game as well. Like, I feel like Looker may come in this game. I feel like he's probably going to be maybe like a post-game thing, or maybe just like a little cameo at the very end, being like, hey, thanks Emma for taking over my role, you're doing great, I'm just going to give it to you forever. And then he's going to go off to like, a different region, because he's been in a lot of Pokemon games, you know what I'm saying? Like, Detective Looker is not just from Pokemon X and Y. He's been in, I think, like 4 or 5 mainline games or something like that. It's kind of crazy. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this theory. Do you think Detective Emma's going to be like Silene from Legends Arceus, kind of being like, the person that we go to give us like new missions, to see our progress and everything like that? And do you think she's going to be working with AZ in the hotel? Because that's what I think is going to happen. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and if you are a real one watching this far in the video, comment down below grass, just to confuse the people that are not watching this far in the video. Alright, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.